Hey all my trucking true crime fans. So today I have a story for you that took place over 2 weeks ago in Northern Virginia, and this is about a Good Samaritan. When instinct kicked in for a Good Samaritan, he wound up pulling a truck driver out of a burning semi-truck. A semi-trailer was clipped by a car trying to pass it on Route 28 in Northern Virginia. This caused the semi-truck to flip over and then burst into flames. The Good Samaritan, whose name is Mark Pemberton, said that the truck was rolling and it was already on fire. Then it came to a complete stop, and I immediately pulled over with my kids. I told my kids to stay in the car. As the flames were starting to get bigger and bigger and grow out of control, and with Mark's 2 children in the car watching everything that was unfolding before him, Mark knew that he had to act fast in order to save this truck driver. That's when Mr. Pemberton decided to call 911 to call the accident into authorities. After that, he turned and ran back to the semi-truck. Mr. Pemberton said that as soon as he came around, the truck was on fire. He could hear the truck driver inside yelling help. He kept saying that he needed assistance. The truck driver, who was later identified as Cesar Yepes, was stuck in the fully engulfed semi-truck. Mr. Pemberton began to pull Cesar out of the burning semi-truck. He said that at certain points the truck was so hot both inside and around the truck that it was hard for him to get Cesar out. But he began to pull him out inches by inches by inches. Before too long, he was joined by 2 bystanders that, along with Mr. Pemberton, began to assist in helping to get the truck driver out of his truck. Eventually, the 3 of them were able to get Cesar out of his truck. He was then taken to a hospital where he still remains in grave condition. Mr. Pemberton, our Good Samaritan, has over 20 plus years in the Navy. Between his background of military service and his instinct as a father that wound up kicking in, he was able to save this truck driver, Cesar. As Mr. Pemberton was trying to get Cesar out of the truck, he said that he could hear the truck driver saying, I have kids, please help me, I have to get back to them." And that's when Mr. Pemberton knew that he had to help. A statement sent on behalf of the family of Cesar reads in part, "The family of Yepes is extremely thankful for the love and support of the community. Unfortunately, there will not be an ending to this story until Cesar has made a full recovery and is back home with his family. We want to thank you for your continued prayers and support." The family has set up an online fundraiser through GoFundMe to help with medical expenses. Mr. Pemberton, who has suffered from 2nd and 3rd degree burns, was able to meet the family in the hospital. He said that he will continue to do what he can do to help them by praying that everything turns out okay for Cesar. If I get any further information on this story, I will be sure to post it right here on Trucking True Crime Podcast. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you can be updated every time that we release a new news story or a new podcast. You can also follow my husband and I's journey as team truckers with our life over the road. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Just search for Married to the Road. Again, that's Married, the number 2, the road. And as always, my true crime fans, be safe out there.